Welcome back to the Wolf's Den of Champions, here with another raid and review. Today we're going to be going over Star-Lord, the outlaw pirate space guy. And if you guys are new here, welcome to Marvel Champions YouTube video channel where we make everything Marvel Champions. We'll do deck lists, we'll do gameplays, reviews, we'll look at cards, discussions, and you name it. Much more. If it's Marvel Champions, you're going to find it here, so make sure to go ahead and subscribe. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back to the Wolf's Den of Champions. This is Dark Matter Wolf, your host here at the Wolf's Den of Champions, and let's go ahead and jump into the video here. Alright, so we have Star-Lord in another rate and review. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are new here, what we do on the rate and review is we will review all the cards, we'll read them, go over them, and then we will rate them at the end. I've been doing a rate and review of all the hero kit cards, just the hero cards of heroes. And I'll rate them on a basis of 5 categories, which will be alter ego, ease to setup, survivability, versatility, and board control. Based on those 5 categories is what I will give them a rating on, and these are just disclaimer, these are just my own little ratings. These are just, yeah, so let's go ahead and start here. We have Star-Lord. He's got some pretty good stats there. He's going to be a 2 thwart, 2 attack, 1 defense. He's a guardian. He's going to have a hand size of 5 and hit points of 10, so he's a little squishy. I believe the hand size is, the smallest hand size is 4, and the smallest hit points is going to be 9. Star-Lord here sits right in the medium there, kind of average. And then we have Peter Quill, which is going to be hand size of 6 and hit points of 10. So we'll go ahead and go over Outlaw here. Peter Quill, the Outlaw, recovery of 3. He's got a setup. Search your deck and discard pile for a copy of Element Gun, upgrade and add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. So that's you start that and you do that setup before you start the game. He's got an action, which is Smooth Talker. Choose a card in your hand, swap that card with the top card of your deck. Limit once per round. That's his action there. And then we have Star-Lord here, which is going to be each ally you control gains the Guardian trait. So that right there already alone is really, really good. That means you can use like any kind of ally and it'll become a Guardian. And you can use all your Guardian equipments on there, Guardian upgrades, and just get all the Guardian effects. What could go wrong? Interrupt. When you play a card from your hand, deal yourself 1 face down encounter card. Reduce the resource cost to play that card by 3. Encounter cards are scary, but this will be super awesome and pretty cool there. So when you play a card from your hand, deal yourself 1 face down encounter card. Reduce the resource cost of that. Reduce the resource cost to play that card by 3. So, I mean, here is his ally. So you could play Nova Prime for 2 by dealing yourself a face down encounter card. That's going to add up quick. I believe he is deal yourself a face down encounter card kind of hero, and then you just like high risk, high reward kind of thing. I mean, it makes sense. It is Peter Quill. It is with his theme. So that is going to be our hero there. This is his hero specific ally, Richard Rider. Nova Prime is a 5 cost ally, 2 thwart, 3 attack. He's got some good stats. He's got 3 health. Aerial Nova Corpse. Response: after you play Nova Prime from your hand, defeat a non-elite minion. So that's kind of cool. As long as they're non-elite, you kind of just drop him down and he clears board, and then you can either thwart for 2 or attack for 3. So not bad. A little expensive, but with Star-Lord's ability, it does cut that down and reduce it, so that is kind of nice. We have 3 copies of Daring Escape in the hero kit here. This is one of the other cards that deal a face down encounter card. It's a 0 cost event, Daring Escape. Deal yourself, hero action, deal yourself 1 face down encounter card, ready your hero, and draw 1 card. So you can thwart, you can Daring Escape, you get that encounter card, assuming you already use this ability, so you have 2 ready, thwart again, and then another one, and then you draw a card, and then you attack, and then you do another. So that's already 4 encounter cards saying you did his ability and 3 daring escapes. That's gonna get crazy and scary. But fun, definitely fun, especially if it's a crazy modular. You know what I can see this working at in already? My brain is already going with a heavy minion modular, a heavy minion scenario. So then you just get a bunch of minions and then you can just spam them and beat them all and destroy them all, and get stuff from there. Like you could even add, what's that one card that Drax has in his hero kit? I think it's like you discard until you get a minion, you move 3 from a scheme, or the main scheme. I can't remember. It's an aggression card, but that card, I think, I mean, you know, it could work out. 2 cost event here. This is the Gutsy move. You get 2 copies of this. It's a thwart card. Hero action, remove 2 threat from a scheme. Remove 2 additional threat from that scheme for each face down encounter card in front of you. So it's kind of good because say you have 4 here and you're like stacked with like a bunch of threat. You can play this and then you have 4 and then you go ahead and remove 4 extra from that. So that's kind of good to clear the threat on a main, or like on the main scheme, or just say a lot of threat on any kind of scheme. Here is sliding shot. You get 3, it's a 3 copies. 3 cost event, attack, play only if you control an element gun. So you have to have element gun, but you get element gun at the beginning here with your setup. Hero action, deal 5 damage to an enemy. Deal 2 additional damage to that enemy for each face down encounter card in front of you. So that's actually pretty good. Excuse me, that's a lot of damage also. If you have 4, 2, 4, 6, 8, plus 5, that's a lot of math and a lot of damage. And if you're able to do that 2 times, that's already 10, 8, 16, that's 26 damage that you can do, on top of the readying 3 times. So you do 2, 4, 6, 8, so that's another 8 damage because you have to get those 3 encounter cards. That would be a lot of damage. Wow, okay, so that's going to be sliding shot there. We have Bad Boy as a support. This is his vehicle here. Hero interrupt, when you would take any amount of damage from that villain's attack, discard this card, prevent all that damage, change to alter ego form, and draw 2 cards. So when you would take any amount of damage from the villain's attack, discard this card, prevent all that damage, change to alter ego, and draw 2 cards. So kind of cool, but it does force you into alter ego there, which is kind of scary sometimes. But I think Star-Lord is able to deal with a bunch of threat, just because he has multiple readies here. He does have this Gutsy move, which is a pretty good card there. I like that card. And then it comes here with his element guns. This is a restricted 3 cost upgrade. Hero action, exhaust element gun and spend 1 resource of any type, deal 3 damage to an enemy. This card gains piercing. I like the piercing. Exhaust element gun, spend 1 resource of any type, deal 3 damage to an enemy. I like that it does damage and it also gains piercing. Nice and fun. It'd be cool if it's stunned also. I think that would be fitting into the theme, but it's okay that it doesn't stun or confuse, but it's still pretty cool. Piercing is nice because sometimes those tough status cards are just so annoying. Here we have another upgrade, which is going to be 2 cost jet boots. Star-Lord gains aerial trait. Hero interrupt, when Star-Lord would take any amount of damage, exhaust jet boots, prevent 1 of that damage for each face-up encounter card in front of you. So kind of okay. So I can see how this all works now. So you want to have like a bunch of encounter cards in front of you, and that way you can really use your upgrades and stuff. So it's definitely very high risk, high reward kind of thing. But that can go bad very, very quick. Here we have a 3 cost upgrade, which is leader of the Guardians. Each Guardian character you control gets +1 thwart. That's actually really good for threat mitigating. And that means he gets a 2, so he'll be 3 thwarting power there. Yeah, that actually would be pretty good. I know we all hate each other and we all tried to kill one another, but from now on and until the job is done, we're Guardians. Peter Quill. And then we have Star-Lord's helmet here. It's a one-cost event, armor tech. While you are in hero form, you get +1 hand size for each face-down encounter card in front of you to the maximum of 3 hand size. Okay, so I like this. I like these upgrades here. Okay, so these here, you get some defense, right? You get a bigger hand size, which is already really big, while you're in hero form, and then you get an extra thwart there. So you can do a lot. This can go one of two ways. You can do a lot of stuff, or you can die really quick. Then you have your element guns here. Of course, your bad boy here to prevent the damage, which already prevents the damage here with the jet boots. And then you have your attacking cards, right? 3 attacking cards, 2 thwarting cards, and you got some readies and a draw power. His hero kit is actually not bad. It's kind of actually crazy thinking about it here and looking at it, to be honest with you. I kind of like this. I can see myself playing a lot of Star-Lord. Okay, so 5 categories we're going to rate Star-Lord. Ease of setup, how easy he is to set up. I think he is pretty easy to set up because he comes in and he just starts doing, his setup already gets him his element gun to do that extra damage. None of these cards he needs to have to be able to do any of the stuff that he does. It does help a lot, but I mean, you still have to set up those in face down encounter cards to even activate any of that stuff. Like his upgrades, he doesn't need the upgrades. Like he doesn't need the leader of guardians. He doesn't need the jet boots. They're nice, but he doesn't need like that aerial trait to do activate cards. So I think his ease of setup is pretty good. Talking about his alter ego. Choose a card in your hand, swap that card with the top card of your deck. I don't know why you would want to do that. I mean, it would just like, okay, I don't want this card, give me another card kind of thing. But at that point, like, it's kind of like a very like, okay, I'm just going to mulligan 1. You know what I'm saying? And you're still going to draw the next card you're going to draw. So his alter ego doesn't recover very much for 3. He takes a lot of damage. So I think he would. I think it also is very conditional on the scenario and setup that you're doing and how many modulars are in there. If it's very minion heavy, I mean, even if it's very side scheme heavy, like it's gonna hurt to go to alter ego. His alter ego action doesn't really do much. The setup is good, but alter ego, he doesn't really have a good reason to go to alter ego. It does force you to go to alter ego with bad boy here, which is kind of funny, and gives you 2 cards. All his cards are hero actions or hero interrupts, so going to alter ego would actually ultimately hurt you, and you wouldn't be able to use any of your big card events here. Of course, if you're playing leadership, leadership takes care of all that other stuff. Like, the leadership is a very good aspect to play with heroes like this, and he's very leadership kind of leany. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you get a bunch of side schemes, well, you'll have all the minions, you'll have all the allies to deal with that, and they can all thwart towards that to take it down, or if it gets a lot of minions, they can all attack to take that down. They can be good meat shields for the crazy stuff that you'll get in the encounter cards. But this is just talking about these 15 hero kit cards here. So ease of setup is good. Alter ego, I'm gonna give it a thumbs down because every single card here, you want to be in hero form to be able to use them and apply them. Even this helmet says while you are in hero form, hero interrupt, and then this is the only one, but this gives you +1 thwart, and you can't thwart when you're in alter ego. So alter ego, I'm gonna give you a thumbs down. Survivability is a very, very, very tricky one because that can go very, very, very fast, very bad downhill. So I'm gonna say survivability is a hit or miss. Just talking about the hero kit cards here, he has 2 good cards that could give you survivability. But because of the sole fact that you get so many encounter cards, you're literally like drowning yourself to gain reward. And if you can't answer that big wave of encounter cards, then you're gonna be donezo. You can either thwart out, you can either scheme out, or you can just get overrun by minions, and they can scheme you out, or they can attack you down, and it can get very, very ugly and bad very, very quick. So I'm gonna give you survivability, thumbs down as well. Versatility, you can do so much. I love your versatility. I love Star-Lord's versatility. You can literally build him in almost any aspect, I think, and he'd be awesome. Even protection, in a way. You'll do so good in aggression, so good in leadership. Justice, you could even play Justice. And I think you could even play, you can make a protection deck out of it. Will it be the best? Probably not. Is there better heroes to do that? Yes. So I think you're very versatile. I think Star-Lord is very versatile. And then the last one on board control, I'm going to give him board control. For the sole purpose that he can do so much, he can control the board. If there's an overrun of minions or the villain, you need to knock him out. You can do a lot of damage. You get these 2 cards for thwarting, but then Daring Escape is really good because not only do you draw so many cards, well, you draw 1 for each, but you also ready. And if you have leader of the Guardians, you'll have 3 thwart, right? So you can thwart for 3, Daring Escape, draw 1, unexhaust, 3 more. That's 3, 6, 9, 12 threat you can get rid off the board. You draw an extra card for each one of these, so you have 3 extra cards now that you can do stuff. Say it's like a sliding shot or a gutsy move. I think it's pretty good. Your draw power is good. You got hand size here, Star-Lord's helmet. These give you cards. They also give you face down and counter cards, but you plus off those face down and counter cards because of your hand size. So I think that's going to be our rating. I think we have our ratings here out of, it's easy to set up, 100%. Going to give that to you. Versatility, board control, survivability, and alter ego, you're going to not get any points there. So this is going to be the Wolfsden official rating on Star-Lord is going to be a 3 out of 5. Let me know in the comments if you agree or if you disagree on the survivability or just any of the other categories that I rated him on. I think Star-Lord is a super awesome hero, and I could already see where he can shine very, very big is just, all right, we're gonna run and gun on aggression, and you could also have a lot of fun and you can actually play very reserved with him. You don't have to load up on all of those face down and counter cards, but if you do, you can do massive crazy damage. Deal 2 additional damage to the enemy for each face down and counter card in front of you. So there's no limit on this card. So sliding shot, I mean, yes, you have to have the element gun, but you get that with your setup, right? So you start with element gun, and then you just load yourself up with a bunch of encounter cards, right? Even if you get 10 encounter cards, like I'm pretty sure there's a way to get multiple more than these amount of encounter cards on the board in front of you. There's a way. So you can do massive loads of crazy, insane damage with sliding shot, and that's only 1 there. So if you have 10 theoretically, right, that's already 25 plus another sliding shot, that's already another 25. That's already 50 damage that you could do in 1 shot. I mean, well, 2 because it's 2 of these cards, but you know, that's theoretically saying that does happen. There's a way. So aggression, I can definitely see being his best friend, and also leadership, because you could do a lot of crazy, interesting stuff with the Guardian trait ally. So you can make non-Guardian allies Guardian, and they can get all the Guardian boosts. So I think this has a lot of potential. I'm really excited to try out Star-Lord. I have so many heroes that I have to try out. So much more Marvel Champions content. So if this channel's for you and Marvel Champion is your card game and you love it, go ahead and subscribe. YouTube thinks that you're gonna like this video right here. They hand selected it for you. They think this is best for you. And then for more of our rate and review videos on the playlist, you can find that right here. And then don't forget to subscribe. We'll catch you next time here at the Wolf's Den of Champions. Peace.